Imagine this. May killer na sobrang confident. Nagsisend siya ng sulat sa media. May kasamang code na kailangan mo pang i-decrypt. Tapos habang buong California natataranta, siya, chill lang, nagmamasid. Parang nanonood ng sarili niyang horror movie. Walang CCTV, walang cellphone records. Pero may palogo siya. May pa-cipher. May scoreboard pa ng mga tinegi niya. Sounds fake? Sorry, but this guy was real. At hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin nahuhuli. Our story for today ay isa sa pinaka-nakakabaliw, pinaka-matagal at pinaka-nakakatakot na unsolved cases sa buong mundo. Let's talk about the Zodiac Killer. Okay guys, bago natin simulan ng kwento, ang lahat ng detalye sa episode na ito ay based sa real-life events, actual records, and verified sources. I made this story time with the goal of educating, informing, and telling the stories of both the victims and survivors ng Zodiac Killer case. Not to glorify or romanticize the killer in any way. We handle these topics with full respect sa mga biktima at sa kanilang mga pamilya. Kung medyo sensitive ka sa topics like violence, murder, or psychological trauma, you might want to skip this one or watch with someone you trust. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's rewind. December 20, 1968, Vallejo, California. Two teens, si David Faraday, 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16. Bagong couple sila. First date pa lang nila. And they parked along Lake Herman Road para mag-relax and chill. So, sobrang innocent. Pero hindi nila alam, may nakatingin na pala sa kanila. So, around 10:15 p.m., may dumaan na sasakyan. Nagpark sa likod nila. May lalaking bumaba, hindi sila kinakausap. Tapos, biglang, si David, binaril point blank sa ulo. Si Betty Lou, tinangka niyang tumakbo. Pero binaril siya 5 times sa likod. Tegi pareho on the spot. Walang fingerprints, walang witnesses. No signs of robbery or assault. Just pure cold-blooded murder. So, 4th of July, 1969, American Independence Day. Si Michael Mago, 19, and Darlene Ferrin, 22, were chilling inside their parked car sa Blue Rock Springs. Kakatapos lang ng fireworks. So, akala nila romantic night lang, pero may lalaki nagpark sa likod nila. Nung una, akala nila aalis na, pero bumalik yung sasakyan. And this time, lumapit yung driver. Tapos, bang, 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 bang. Si Michael, tinamaan sa face, neck, and chest. Pero nakaligtas. Si Darlene naman, pinupyo ng multiple times, tegi agad. Si Michael ang unang survivor. Sa kabila ng injuries niya, nakabigay siya ng description. So sabi niya, male, Caucasian, heavy build, around 5'8", curly brown hair. Yan ang unang sketch based sa witness. Same night ng attack, may tumawag sa Vallejo Police. Ang sabi,
I want to report a double murder. I also killed those kids last year. Goodbye.
Legit chilling, guys. The Zodiac just confirmed he was responsible for both attacks and he was enjoying it. September 27, 1969. It's a sunny afternoon. Si Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, both college students, were chilling by the lake sa Napa County. Picnic vibes, kwentuhan, nature moment. Tapos biglang may lalaking naglalakad papunta sa kanila. Naka-costume, black hood, parang executioner. May white circle at crosshair sa chest. Yes, yung zodiac symbol. So lumapit siya holding a gun and a knife. Ang sabi niya,
I escaped from a prison in Montana. I just need your car and money to go to Mexico.
Pero alam naman natin, BS yan eh. Zodiac instructed them to lie face down. Tinali niya si Brian gamit ang pre-cut ropes. Then, he stabbed him 6 times. Si Cecilia, she got the worst. Over 10 stab wounds. Then, the Zodiac walked away. Casual lang. Like walang nangyari. But bago siya umalis, sinulat niya sa car door ni Brian, Vallejo 12-20-68, 7-4-69, September 27-69, 6:30 by knife. Gumamit pa siya ng black felt pen. Like, bro, kailangan mo talagang signan pa yung crime mo. Around 7:40 p.m., may tumawag sa pulis. Ang sabi,
I want to report a murder. No, a double murder. They are 2 miles north of park headquarters. I'm the one who did it.
Paulit-ulit na MO, same creepy voice, same confidence. October 11, 1969, si Zodiac, nag-change siya ng tactics niya. This time, wala ng lover's lane, wala ng nature picnic. Ang target niya na naman dito, isang random taxi driver sa San Francisco. Pangalan niya si Paul Stein, 29 years old. So si Paul picked up a passenger around Union Square. Ang destination, Presidio Heights. Pagdating sa corner of Washington and Cherry Streets, instead of paying fare, si Zodiac shot him in the head. Then get this guys, he cut a piece of the man's bloody shirt and took it with him. Trophy style. Now, 3 kids saw it all from a window. Tumawag sila sa police. But here's the catch. Dispatch misreported the suspect as a black male. So when the police saw a white guy calmly walking away from the scene, hindi nila na pinansin. So sino yun? Probably si Zodiac. Missed by inches. Pero wait lang guys, hindi lang killer si Zodiac. Marketing genius din siya. I mean, sino pa bang serial killer na may press release strategy, diba? So let's talk about his obsession with attention. Right after the first murders, nagsimula siyang magpadala ng mga letters sa media. As in, literal na sulat. May pa-handwriting at may kasama pang ciphers. So July 31, 1969, he mailed 3 versions of his first coded message sa Francisco Chronicle, Vallejo Times Herald, at San Francisco Examiner. And he wrote this, "I want you to print this cipher on the front page of your paper. In this cipher is my identity. If you do not print this cipher by the afternoon of Friday, 1st of August 69, I will go on a kill rampage Friday night. I will cruise around all weekend killing lone people in the night." Parang sinabi niya na, I killed someone, here's a riddle, post it or I'll do it again. Okay, thanks. Ang tawag dyan, terror by appointment. And it worked. Headline siya kinabukasan. Pero hindi lang media guys, pati police, minamind games din niya. After niyang itegi si cab driver Paul Stein, he mailed a letter sa San Francisco Chronicle with this flex. "This is the Zodiac speaking. I am the murderer of the taxi driver over by Washington and Maple Street last night. To prove this, here is a blood-stained piece of his shirt." Literal, nagpadala ng piraso ng bloody shirt ng biktima. Tapos sinawanan niya pa yung police the next lines. Sabi niya, "The SF police or San Francisco police could have caught me last night if they had searched the park properly. I slipped away as usual." As if he's saying na you had one job, you failed. Try again. Then sa ibang letters, may scoreboard pa siya. Me, 10. SFPD, 0. What? Sino ba may ganitong confidence? Zodiac wasn't just killing, he was performing. And the press, the police, he turned them into supporting characters in his twisted game. So far guys, no, Zodiac has shot lovers, stabbed students, killed the cab driver, and taunted the police with bloody shirt fragments. Pero ang pinaka-unique sa kanya, hindi lang siya killer, puzzler din siya, code sender, master manipulator. At para siyang laging naka-receipts. Literally, may pa-cipher at threat every single time. So, ready ka na ba? Kasi ngayon, decode time na tayo. So, yung first cipher is Z408 cipher. It was sent July 31, 1969. 408 characters siya. Split sa 3 parts. Pinadala sa 3 newspapers. So, na-decrypt na to 1 week later by a high school teacher couple na si Donald at Betty Harden. So, ang decrypted message is, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all." So walang pangalan, walang identity reveal, just flexing. Zodiac was basically like, galingan nyo pero hindi nyo pa rin ako mahuhuli. Second cipher is Z340. So nung November 8, 1969, Zodiac sent the now famous Z340 cipher. 340 characters siya. Hindi siya na-decrypt for 51 years. Not until nung December 2020, when 3 amateur code breakers, 1 from Australia and 2 from the US, finally cracked it using an AI-style transposition technique. So ang decrypted message is, "I hope you're having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber. I have enough slaves to work for me where I'm going." Still no identity and still all mind games. Walang bagong clue, walang identity reveal. Sobrang sarcastic, parang pure ego trip lang. Third is the Z13 cipher. It was sent April 20, 1970. 13 characters long lang siya. Zodiac claimed na my name is tapos yung cipher. So ang example niya is my name is KA tapos yung circle with cross and MERKME. So, ang problem, too short to solve definitely. Marami nag-claim na na-decode na nila pero walang confirmation. Conspiracy crowd says na Zodiac used deliberate noise to prevent solving. Parang basically junk code lang daw. So, fourth is the Z32 cipher. It was sent June 26, 1970. 32 characters lang siya. So, Zodiac said na it reveals the location of a future bomb. So, ito yung decrypted message. The map coupled with this code will tell you where the bomb is set. He even sent a map with a compass-like symbol, yung crosshair sa Mount Diablo area. And guess what guys? Walang bomb ever found. So either A, bluffer lang talaga siya, or B, sobrang genius niya na until now hindi pa rin natin nahanap yung meaning ng cipher na yun. So ano ba yung meaning ng logo ni Zodiac Killer? So the Zodiac logo circled with a crosshair. Some believe it's a sniper's scope, possible military background. Others say it's a map reference dahil lagi siyang obsessed sa coordinates. At laging may bilang ng kills. So one letter had a tally mark, diba yung sabi ko kanina na sinulat niya Me 10 SFPD 0 as if it's a game. He signed as Zodiac. This is the Zodiac speaking with his signature symbol, parang calling card ng isang criminal mastermind. So according to profilers and forensic psychologists, si Zodiac Killer daw ay may narcissistic personality disorder, needs attention, recognition, ego boost, enjoys controlling police and media. Ano din siya, highly intelligent because he is able to create ciphers, manipulate patterns, and delay responses. Meron din siyang power fantasy kasi he sees murder as a game and he believes na he is superior to everyone else. So ano yung key trait dito? Control. Kasi si Zodiac didn't just want to kill. He wanted to be the director, the writer, and the star of the whole horror film. Okay guys, let's be real. Zodiac made killing into a brand. Kasi 'di ba, he had a logo, he had slogans, he had marketing via newspapers. He even had mystery drops, yung ciphers nga. So kung sa TikTok siya ngayon, kumbaga viral siya. May podcast, may merch, may Netflix docu-series. Wait, pero na pala. Meron nga siya Netflix docu-series, no? Now, let's talk about the suspects. And let me tell you, sobrang daming marites, false leads, at conspiracy levels of Delulu. So, let's get into it. Suspect number 1, Arthur Leigh Allen. Lagi siya yung first suspect. Former teacher, may history ng sexual offenses and lived near the Vallejo crime scenes. Si Michael Mago, kanina guys yung survivor, di ba? Pointed to him in a photo lineup years later. So, red flags, marami. Una, may Zodiac watch siya. Same logo. Pangalawa, ang favorite book niya, yung The Most Dangerous Game. Same reference sa cipher. At pangatlo, nung na-check yung trailer niya, may bloody knives, tape, and typewriters. But, DNA didn't match. Yung handwriting analysis, negative. No gun, no forensic evidence. Na-clear siya eventually pero to this day, maraming Zodiac truthers ang convinced na siya talaga. Suspect number 2, Gary Francis Post. In 2021, a group called the Case Breakers made headlines. So ang sabi nila, Zodiac Killer is Gary Francis Post. Ano siya, Vietnam vet, had scars on his forehead na allegedly matched sa sketch. May weird messages daw siya sa friends. May dark room with creepy photos. And guess what guys? He died in 2018 so no chance to interview. But then, no DNA match, no police confirmation, and purely circumstantial. So honestly, parang true crime TikTok theory to with a press release. Cute effort, pero walang concrete proof. Suspect number 3, si George Hodel. Nagbabalik na naman si George Hodel, guys. Yup, same dude na main suspect sa Black Dahlia murder. His own son, si Steve Hodel, ex-cop by the way, wrote a book saying na my dad was Zodiac too. So, siya na naman, di ba? And let me tell you, George is shady as fuck. Kasi di ba, rich doctor siya, may obsession siya with serialism and death, at involved siya in multiple sketchy scandals. Pero ito na naman tayo, no hard evidence, may timeline gaps, at parang fan theory na naging libro. Okay guys, even after 50 plus years, no, maraming legit experts and former investigators ang may kanya-kanyang theory about who or what the Zodiac really was. So here are the most documented and fact-based theories. So theory number 1, Zodiac was a former military or intelligence personnel. Bakit? Kasi may precision siya ng attacks, parang trained marksman. Meron din siyang knowledge sa encryption, mahilig sa ciphers, complex codes. Comfortable daw siya sa weapons, guns, knives, tactical gear. At may reference to Mount Diablo in map cipher na very topographic. So FBI and Army CID reports early on even flagged Zodiac's letter formatting as military-style briefing communication. May nagsasabi na baka daw CIA dropout or Air Force cryptographer siya na gone rogue. Pero again, no name, no face, just theory. Theory number 2. Zodiac was a law enforcement insider or copycat within the system. Kasi kabisado daw niya ang police procedures. Laging nauuna sa press. Kumbaga, laging one step ahead. At nakalusot pa sa mismong checkpoint after killing Paul Stein. So some detectives like si Ken Narlo mentioned the possibility that Zodiac was familiar with investigative timelines, press cycles, and forensic loopholes. So the scary part, he could have been in the room with investigators or worse, isa sa kanila. Theory number 3. Zodiac was multiple people acting under one alias. So guys, this is a mind bender but sobrang interesting. Kasi sabi daw, different handwriting styles across letters. Slightly varied MO sa attacks. Minsan gun, minsan knife, minsan costume, paiba-iba siya. And may geographic spread ng crimes, parang mahirap gawin mag-isa. So some profilers suggested na si Zodiac was not a person, but a brand na ginaya or sanalihan ng iba pang thrill killers. Kind of like a dark viral trend bago pa magka-internet. Walang concrete proof pero kahit retired FBI agents like John Douglas didn't rule it out. Theory number 4. Zodiac never stopped. He just changed form. Yes guys, marami ang naniniwala na Zodiac either moved to another state and changed name or MO or nag-evolved, tumigil siya sa pagpatay pero continued manipulating through letters and codes. Others even theorize na Zodiac could have committed other unsolved crimes na hindi lang officially na-link sa kanya. So according to former SFPD investigator Dave Toschi, sabi niya, it's possible we were chasing the wrong trail. He may have shifted his tactics or stopped altogether once the thrill of the press was gone. So, bakit hindi pa rin siya mahuli guys? Here's why. Noong early 2000s, in-extract nila yung DNA from the stamps and envelopes na pinadala ni Zodiac. So, yung una, yung DNA sa letters, partial lang. Pangalawa, may possible contamination from mailmen, officers, randoms. Pangatlo, hindi nila sure kung si Zodiac talaga yung dumila sa stamps. At pang-apat, walang high-quality forensic sample. So, lahat to hindi sapat for a full ID. They tried using genetic genealogy, yung same tech na nag-solve ng Golden State Killer. Pero, no hits, walang close familial match. Kulang kasi yung sample markers. Even Arthur Leigh Allen, yung top suspect, hindi nag-match yung DNA niya. And to this day, pinag-aawayan pa kung usable pa talaga yung envelope DNA. Pero kahit nahuli pa siya after niyang mategi, the survivors and their families deserve truth and closure. Okay guys, let's say bukas may biglang DNA match. But here's the catch. Una, kailangan ng chain of custody. Meaning, yung proof na hindi contaminated yung sample. Pangalawa, kailangan ng physical evidence na solid like matching bullets, weapon, or witness statement. Pangatlo, kailangan ng legal grade profile at least 20 to 22 STR markers. So kung partial lang or madali i-contest sa court, tapon ang case. Zodiac walks free kung buhay pa siya. Okay, na pag-usapan na natin yung killings, diba? The ciphers, the suspects, and even Zodiac's twisted ego trip. Pero guys, ngayon, let's give the spotlight to the ones who lived. Yung mga taong humarap sa Zodiac face-to-face and somehow nabuhay. Pero ang tanong, no, after surviving a monster like that, paano ka babalik sa normal? So survivor number 1, si Michael Mago. Blue Rock Springs, July 4, 1969. Michael was 19 years old when Zodiac shot him 4 times. Face, neck, chest. Legit point blank. Pero he survived. Noong una, akala ng Zodiac, tegi na siya. But Michael lived and gave the police the very first suspect description. Yung male, Caucasian, heavy build, around 5'8", curly brown hair, soft voice. So ano yung trauma niya aftermath? Naglay low si Michael for years. He struggled mentally, never the same. Tapos, decades later, lumitaw siya ulit and I did Arthur Leigh Allen as the man who shot me. Pero guys, dahil matagal na, may doubts kung reliable pa yung memory niya. But still, without him, we wouldn't even have a face to match the horror. Survivor number 2, Brian Hartnell, Lake Berryessa, September 27, 1969. Brian was with his friend or girlfriend, si Cecilia Shepard, by the lake. Tied up, stabbed 6 times in the back. Nag-play dead siya after the attack para lang hindi siya ulit saksakin. Matapang as hell. Nung dumating yung rescuers, conscious pa siya and he told them everything. The hood, the crosshair symbol, the voice na calm and rehearsed, and even Zodiac's fake backstory na escaped convict daw siya from Montana. So ito guys fun fact. Brian became a criminal defense attorney later in life. Para bang ginamit niya yung trauma niya to help people fight injustice. Now, si Cecilia Shepard, sadly guys, she passed away 2 days after the attack. Bago siya mawala, nakapagsalita pa siya. At sobrang crucial lang sinabi niya. In-interview siya sa hospital mismo ni Napa County Deputy David Collins. So here's what he shared, quote unquote. She said, Brian and I were here on the blanket down by the water and we're just enjoying the afternoon, having a nice time talking, and I saw this guy. He was coming down the hillside and he seemed to stop and watch us, looking at us. And I said, what distance? How far away was he? And she pointed to an area and I said, that's about 200 to 300 yards away. She said, that's where I first saw him. And then as we continued enjoying the afternoon, watching the water, reading, I glanced and noticed he would get closer and closer, and pretty soon he was within 75 to 100 feet away. And I told Brian, that guy has come down here. And then he looked again and she said he had gone. And I said, where did he go? She said, he stepped behind a tree. And I asked her if she saw him clearly before he put the hood on. And she said she did. And I said, what did he look like? And she said, well, I said, what color was his hair? She said it was brown. What race was he? He was white. And I said, how about his eyes? Could you see the color of his eyes? And she said, no, he had dark glasses on underneath the hood. But she said his hair hung down across his forehead and was showing through the eye holes. David Collins, retired Napa County Sheriff, speaking on This is the Zodiac Speaking documentary in 2007. And then he added, the information I am relaying to you now is information I got directly from Cecilia Shepard. It is accurate for what she told me because I kept notes and I immediately did a report the following morning. Grabe no? Even after she was brutally attacked, she still gave details that helped police piece together Zodiac's look and MO. Her description of the hood, the crosshair logo, the fake story Zodiac told them, lahat yun naging critical foundation sa case. Cecilia's courage gave voice to the victims, and kahit hindi siya nabuhay, she made sure may iniwan siyang clues. Guys, let's not forget the victims' families. Betty Lou Jensen's parents lived the rest of their lives in grief and unanswered questions. Paul Stein's brother fought for the case to stay open kahit walang progress. Yung anak ni Darlene Ferrin grew up without a mom. She said in an interview, I hope he felt what she felt. That's the only justice I want. These are the people Zodiac tried to erase, but they kept fighting back in their own ways. Guys, the case is still open. May thousands of pages of documents, evidence, theories, pero no definitive answer. And let's be real, Zodiac wanted this. He didn't just want to kill. He wanted to be remembered. So for him, every murder, every cipher, every letter was a performance. And right now, we're still watching the show. Zodiac wanted to be remembered for the fear. Pero what he didn't expect na mas matatandaan natin yung mga nakaligtas, yung mga pamilya ng biktima, yung mga taong kahit wasak na piniling lumaban. They are the ones who carried this story forward, not him. So sa tingin nyo, si Arthur Leigh Allen nga ba? Si Gary Post? O mystery na lang to forever? Drop your theories sa Comsec guys ha. And also, if you want more stories like this, comment or DM your story suggestions. Malay mo yan ang next story time natin. Real stories, twisted endings, dark chika. This is Sa Likod ng Kwento with Apple Season. As always, don't forget to follow, like, share, and save. And subscribe na rin kayo sa aking YouTube channel. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!